Most traders blow their $100 account, maybe their second, the third, fourth, fifth. They keep blowing that $100, right? They overtrade, they revenge trade, they hold the losers too long, they cut the winners too short. And I know all of this because I did that consistently and repeatedly throughout my trading journey, trading career as you can call it, and it has left me hopeless. But what if I told you that same $100 account that you kept blowing and blowing and blowing again manually could flip all the way into a possible $10,000 by using AI that trades for you emotionally or emotionless? Obviously not overnight, but methodically with discipline, you and I can never sustain. So today I'll show you how I built an AI to do that exact same thing of what I'm talking about. $100 all the way to $10,000. I know it sounds like, don't click watch all the way to the end because I have something special for you, but it is very possible. It's very real. I'm going to show you exactly how it worked. I'm going to break down the trades. I'm going to break down the system, and it is a joy to see. So more importantly, you can do it too. By the way, I'm running a free trading AI masterclass live. Some of you came, some of you didn't. Make sure you register in the description below. I'll go through the entire system, how it's changed my life, how it's helped so many people, how it can help you if you just trust in the system and let it work for you. Without further ado. And so I've been in this game long enough to see both sides, the 4-figure wins and the months where I blew every single thing that I had. And when I started, I thought success just from that more knowledge, more patterns, more strategies, and the more money would come in, the more screen time I needed to. And I've been watching those YouTube videos over and over again. I spent tens of thousands of dollars in courses 100%. So it's kind of crazy to me when people talk about, dang, why is it cost? Why is not stuff not free? Why is education not free? You have to invest in yourself. I promise you. You have to invest in yourself no matter what. But I've been binge watched the YouTube videos, trade 12 hours a day and still lose consistently. But why? Because I was emotionally invested in every single trade. I feared missing out of the potential setups. I got greedy. I wanted to get rich so fast. And I want to ask you, does this sound familiar? But then that one day it hit me, the market wasn't my enemy anymore because it doesn't owe me anything. And I had that idea that the market owed me. The market owed me for my hard work and discipline that I put in. It needs to reward me. But that was my emotions, that was my overconfidence, and just my inconsistency overall. So that's when I started building automated systems, obviously bots that didn't care about the fear or greed, just logic and execution. And this $100 to $10,000 experiment, that was truly the real test. Could a disciplined machine outperform a human every single time? And so I kind of want to break this down clearly. Human traders are built to fail in this environment. You see all this? This is a very taxing market conditions. I know it's been hard for a lot of people to trade even in these market conditions where it's very choppy. It's very hard to find the right trend direction, and then you're undisciplined, so you're not waiting for all your confirmations to hit, and you really want to get in the trade, so you are executing, you are shooting your shot in the market so you can extract as much money as possible, because that's the goal. We want to get as rich as fast as we can so we can enjoy it with the ones that we love for as long as we can. But we can't do that. We can't get rich fast if the market is not giving us opportunities. So we have to execute, right? That's your thought process. You have to execute, but then you understand, okay, I'm executing, but it's not in prime optimal conditions of what I want to get into. But then it leaves you like, okay, so I'm getting into more setups, but I'm losing, more risk. So, and us as humans, we panic on drawdowns. We over leverage after those wins. We think we have house money after those wins, so we're ready to risk all the profits that we just made on the next setup. And how great does that go? And the thing is, the theory and the logic behind it sounds very, very good. Like, okay, I made $2,000 profit. Now I'm going to risk $2,000 profit on the next trade. Okay, now I won $4,000 off that trade. So now I have $6,000 of the quote unquote house money to play with. So now I'm going to risk $6,000 and keep going until you see that obviously end up doesn't working and you blow your entire account. Another thing, we just, as humans, we enter late on setups from FOMO, or we close out early of fear. But even if we have a good system, we sabotage it. And it's because we're emotional creatures. God didn't design us to be robots. You create us with emotions for a reason. Sometimes to protect us, sometimes to motivate us, sometimes to help us, sometimes to make us be cautious, sometimes it gets us in trouble. But AI and trading bots do not do that. They don't chase, they don't over leverage, they don't over risk. They follow the same system, the same logic, the same black and white that you're afraid to fail, and it doesn't flinch, right? It doesn't hope, it just executes the edge every single time. So just imagine being able to trust that every trade is executed without hesitation, without second guessing yourself, without sabotaging yourself. And I know you're like, okay, I want to learn this skill for myself, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with learning how to trade. I even tell people you'll find better success with trading automation when you learn how to trade. But I think everybody should be running trading automation because it doesn't make sense not to. Why would you not run a system that works, right? So I want to show you, I want a system kind of break it down and why the setups work. So we're going to hop onto the platform So I started with a simulated environment. We just risked $100, and I wouldn't do like realistic dates. I don't like where it does quote unquote settings for a certain amount and then it does like 100x in a month. I don't like those because it's not really consistent. I want like something that's really executable and that's repeatable on the system, because the bot can optimize as much as it needs to. So these are the most optimized settings for these dates for this specific amount of money. It could make more, but I'm sticking around like realistic conditions. You have to be as realistic as possible so you can get the best results that you can, right? The most predictable results, because at the end of the day, any business you run, you want the results, you want the numbers, you want it to become as predictable as possible. If you can have a predictable business, you can create a profitable business. So we started with $100 in this simulated environment, and we're using 100% tick data quality, and you'll see that at the end of the back test. There's no martingale, there's no doubling down, there's no gambling. It's just strategy based on a repeatable edge. And it's not a cherry pick back test either, just on one pair. This is a multi-market testing with consistent logic. And yes, I even validated the entries manually, and I didn't want results that only work on paper. I wanted something real traders could actually use. So the only variable that changed over time was just the account size. So because that's obviously the account growth and then the compounding interest. So let's actually press start on this. I want to go through some of the inputs. So we're risking 6.5% on this trade. You can kind of see market structure shift is based off the 2-minute time frame. Entry is on a 1-minute time frame. So this is specifically for maxing out the account. It's very aggressive. It wants to take entries on the 1-minute time frame. Obviously, fib is on a 12-minute range. So from the swing high to the swing low on the 12-minute time frame, that was most optimal for this. Stop loss is going to be on the 1-minute time frame. And then as you can see, we don't have the reverse mode on. So basically reverse mode, it takes every single buy turns to sell, stop loss turns to take profit. So it's interesting to play with that for sure, but it's not optimal in this one. Our stop loss mode is in points, so it's going to be 300 specifically. Our TP is a 1 to 4. So when you're running this bot, it's going to be focused on having the wins way larger than losses, which is very important when it comes to trading. So let's click start. All right, so as you can see, we're starting off with $100. We're going to start speeding it up. And the balance is right here for $100, so you can obviously see that. We're going to start running it. All right, now we're starting at July 1st. So the kind of logic based behind this is it looks at the previous session high, the previous session low, and that determines what directional bias side it chooses to go with inside the logic. So right now you see that it's set up for a sell. So it set a sell limit, price came up, hit the sell limit, and now price is trading down. We have the stop loss right here, opened up another position. Like I said, this one's pretty aggressive, so it's going to have multiple positions open at a time. Right now it has a sell on and then 3 buys, so the buys are winning, and it's very customizable. So on these optimization tests and whatnot, this very aggressive one, you obviously wouldn't use this during a prop firm test. You would limit how many trades you want open at a time. So me, generally, I'm not running this many trades at a time. I'll probably do like 3 trades absolute max during a day, because I'm more of a conservative trader. But you're somebody that's like, I want to extract as much money as I can out the markets, then you have to be okay with trades like this. You have to be okay with drawdown. So it's like pros and cons to everything. When you're a swing trader and you're more conservative, you have to be okay with maybe not even taking a trade a day. If you're aggressive, you have to be okay with going in a deep drawdown, but you know you're going to make a lot of money when your time is coming. So we start off with $100. After these trades, it usually closes after the session, but after these trades, we're up about $37 within a day. So that's 37%, risking only 6%, which is absolutely amazing. I want to skip to around the beginning of August. That'll kind of give us a more little jump ahead of what we can expect. So $100 to $1,100 by the 30th. So about $1,000 increase since starting in the beginning. So I want to pause on a setup real quick. Okay, so we can pause on this setup. I want to kind of zoom out for you guys. Right now, a sell limit was set, and this is our stop loss. It's probably below a swing, or actually no, it's 300. Sorry, it's 300. So it's always going to take the sell, the buys, and a discount is going to take the sells and a premium after the market structure shift, and that's what we've seen here. So now it's going to go for our 1 to 4 risk reward ratio. So we can start playing it, and obviously we'll see if we win or we lose. And the thing is, when you have these super high RR settings or trades, then you have to understand you're going to lose more than you win 9 times out of 10, or not even necessarily lose more than you win, but even when the stop loss, because this is set up for the stop loss to go into profit. So even when the stop loss goes into profit, it's going to hit your stop loss more than it's going to hit your take profit. That's because you have those super high risk reward ratios. Me, I generally run like a 1 to 3, but absolutely 1 to 2 minimum. So this trade has not been activated yet. Once it crosses this green, it will be activated, but I'm going to fast forward it to, let's say mid-August. Let's go mid-August, which is about, let's say August 15th. All right, so we're at about August 15th. So we have a few trades running. We see a $400 trade, another $400 trade, minus 100, $300 trade. So it's very active, it's very consistent. Some people like a lot of action like this. Me personally, I don't like this much action. I like my charts to be a little less active, so I run more conservative settings. But right now, you see we started at $100. In a month and a half, it's at $3,000 with 6% risk. And I'll go over how many trades it took a day, what's it actually doing, etc. But I do want to say, like, that's when the mistakes start, you know, but not there, not not here. The AI just keeps going consistently, and the account starts building 100 into 200 and 300, and it stays consistent with the risk, and it is not gambling. It is waiting for the settings, the logic to be found. Like you might think, oh, it's hopping in a random setup. It's not hopping in a random setup at all. It is mapping out the logic to make this a profitable trade, the most probable trade with the conditions that are set. So you see the compounding effects is starting. The 1,000 turns into 2,500 and turns into $5,000. And eventually, as we keep going, let's go more to September. Eventually, as we keep going, you'll see that $100, it finally hits around $10,000. It did about 15. And I kind of want to dig into why this works. So I want to help you. So, because the hype obviously doesn't help you. I know $100 to $15,000 in about 2.5, 3 months. It sounds absolutely amazing, but the hype, I don't care about hype. I care about understanding. The understanding will help you. So the risk management, it's the same risk per trade, the same risk every single trade. Obviously the 6% on a $100 account is way less than 6% on a $5,000 account when it gets there. So that's why it's compounding, and it's no overexposure. It's no doubling down. Humans constantly change risk after wins, constantly. And that's how you break your system. Second is strategy consistency. So the bot followed the smart money logic. It's waiting for displacement. It's entering after liquidity grabs. It's only taking valid FVGs. So no trades just because it felt like it will move. It's only based on a rule. Only rule-based setups is what I'm trying to say. Third is the time and patience. The real growth happened after dozens of trades. And the equity curve, it didn't spike it curve. And I want to go over the equity curve. And I want to go over the back testing behind it. And that's just the power of compounding, letting the actual system breathe, because this works because the rules never change. We bend rules under pressure, and the AI never does that. And the truth is 99% of traders will keep doing the things the old way. Waking up at 3 a.m. to stare at charts, I did that. Over analyzing 15 setups and missing them all, I've done that. Taking 3 trades in a row out of that frustration because you lost and you're just trying to make that money back and you're tired of losing. I've done that and blown an account again and again and again and again. I've done that. I want to look at break it down a little more. So when we look at these, we can really see what actually happened on the charts with this aggressive settings. So you see it was a total of 195 trades, 110 trades, short trades, or 114 trades profit, 357 total trades. So that's basically meaning there was a whole bunch of trades that were unfulfilled, meaning they never got entered in, but this won more than it lost. This won more than it lost. It lost 41% of the trades. It won around 60, had a 60% win rate. So this is why this was profitable. You can run these exact settings if you wanted to. If you're somebody that want to run these settings, you can run them, but the absolute drawdown was 30%. So it's high drawdown, but you have to understand that comes with aggressive. I can find optimized settings with amazing profit that has a low drawdown, which I'll probably do in the next video and kind of show the difference between different settings. Maybe let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments. And if you're more interested in how can I start this and get automated for me, then sign up for the free live trading AI masterclass. I do one about every other week or so. What else did I want to look? Okay, so you can see right here 100% tick quality. That means it's the most exact to what happened in real life. So real time. Consecutive wins 3, consecutive losses 2, largest profit trade 2,000, average profit trade 331, average loss trade, or the largest loss was 928. So you see the largest loss was lower than the biggest win, and the average loss was smaller than the average win. So very profitable, very consistent. And you see Thursdays lost the most. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at the graph, the curve. So you see it's consistently climbing. We had a little rough patch right here, but it's consistently climbing. And that's what you want to see on a graph. You want to see consistent gains. You don't want to see crazy spikes and a crazy dip. You don't want that at all. You do not want that. And a lot of times that's how us traders do. You get them crazy spikes and them crazy dips. And just meanwhile, the traders who adopt automation, man, will quietly move ahead, passing those funded accounts, passing prop firms, building real equity. And AI is not about removing your control on the charts. It's just about removing your emotional interference, if that makes sense. And that's the difference between you struggling and scaling. If you're ready to stop trading emotionally and start trading systematically, join my free AI live trading masterclass. You'll learn the exact logic behind this $100 to $10,000 strategy, how to build or plug in these AI systems even if you don't know how to code, and how to automate smart money concepts like FVGs, liquidity grabs, order blocks, breaking structure, displacement, fibs, retracement. It's free, it's live, and it'll change the way you trade forever. So here's the thing, and I'll close with this. AI doesn't just trade better, it just trades smarter. It wasn't luck, it was logic, it was discipline, it was consistency, it was trading a black and white strategy every single time, no matter how it feels, no matter how bad of a day it was having, no matter how many losses happened before or bound to happen. It was just done by something that never gets scared, never gets greedy, or never gets tired. You can keep trading emotionally. Obviously, some people conquer their fear, but you have to be realistic. Only 5% of people ever become profitable trading. So 9 times out of 10, you watching this video will never be a profitable trader. So why trade emotionally when you can let AI do it mechanically. Like the video, subscribe if you want more results like this. Join me in my live trading AI masterclass. I'll see you inside. Peace.